Hey, welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Friday, April 6th, 2018. And today, in our Tech News Update, we have Microsoft Garage project that is called Roadrunner is actually going to use artificial intelligence and deep learning with real-life situations to help self-driving cars algorithms get better. It is one of the multiple projects that, of course, Microsoft is working, and it is there to try to make self-driving vehicles a lot safer and kind of learn as it's driving on the roads. Well, Windows 10 on ARM will be getting support for 64-bit apps, apparently. Now, not everything will be working, but, well, you know, at least it's a step forward. A lot of developers wanted to have Windows 10 on ARM 64 bits as soon as possible. Well, it seems that it is about to roll out very, very soon and will add to the devices running Windows 10 with the ARM chipset. Well, for the first time in, since basically it started, the Apple App Store has had a decline in the number of apps available in the store in 2017. But it has a lot to do with kind of cleaning of the graveyard, if you want. They just wanted to remove tons and tons of old apps that just don't make sense anymore. So the App Store started the year of 2017 with 2.2 million apps and ended the year at 2.1 million apps. But one of the interesting aspects of this is, at the same time, in 2017, we could see that the Google Play Store, the Android apps side, was really getting momentum. And what was interesting is that for every app available on iOS that's actually started and showed up on the App Store for iPhones and iPads, there was 1.5 apps that was released for Android, making the ratio kind of interesting. That means for every app that was new in the App Store for Apple, there was 1.5 apps that were new for the Android store. That means that it outpaced iOS. Well, China wants to force Chinese shops that, of course, like these internet cafes where Chinese gather to go on the web, basically they want to force these shops to use government authorized routers. It seems that many of them have routers that kind of bypass pretty much all the security and the giant Chinese firewall, and that it's of course not allowed. So basically the government wants to go through and say, look, you got to use our routers, the ones that we decide, not the ones that you want. Well, a study that's finding, and it's something that a lot of people don't think about, but a study finds that a lot of people that use the in-private browsing mode that is available in many, many browsers think they are totally safe on the internet, but don't understand that basically the in-private browsing mode is actually something that prevents people around you from knowing what you did on the internet, but it has absolutely no security in the internet service providers or governments or even websites tracking you. It is really a mode for you to just make sure that people around you don't know what you did. And a lot of people think that this in private browsing mode is actually a safe mode for everything else. And I thought, you know what, since a lot of people think that, probably a video will be something to do today. More and more apps on the Google Play Store are able to get through, even though they have cryptojacking built in. It's a study from Kaspersky Labs. They say that after looking at all the apps that go through and get to the Google Play Store, there's a lot of them that have cryptojacking, and that something needs to be done. And even one of the apps that disguises itself as a zombie game is actually a cryptojacking app also at the same time, and has more than 100,000 downloads. And they say that something needs to be done. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology is close to a mind-reading device. Actually, what it does, it can detect and will actually show you the words you are thinking about. So that means that if you think of a word, it's going to actually show up on a computer screen. It has tremendous potential for disabled people, but, it can also be used for bad things probably. The new Cloud Act has made the US versus Microsoft case useless. The Cloud Act has been passed, and it is a new set of rules and ways of doing things on sharing data on the different servers around the world. Now, all the parties dropped a lawsuit before the Supreme Court actually gave its take on it, and it's pretty sure that they're going to drop it also. But the problem is, a lot of people were saying, you know what, you should have gone through and wait for that decision from the Supreme Court here. A lot of people are against the Cloud Act. Microsoft is for the Cloud Act. It's a very complex little situation here, as the Cloud Act has some good sides, but some nasty bad sides also for the government in snooping on your data. And a weird type of ransomware is infecting PCs. It not only encrypts your files, but it sends you some weird poetry at the same time. And of course, it wants to have you to pay to decrypt the files. And the only way it seems that it infects PCs right now is through PCs that have remote desktop services, a flaw in there. So it seems that it's or PCs that have not updated to the latest versions of Windows that are actually getting bitten by this ransomware. But poetry and ransomware. So this was the Tech News Update for Friday, April 6th, 2018. You enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.